I was recently asked how I was able to finally pass the Texas bar exam while also struggling with cocaine addiction and alcohol use disorder. I was an alcoholic. The first time I took the exam, my study aids were bar review books I had borrowed that day, 3.5 grams of cocaine, affectionately known as an 8-ball, a fifth of Jack Daniels, and a liter of Tab. I struggled again and I failed, and I struggled the second time for the same reasons. And then finally, after failing again, I was able to pass the bar exam in 2 parts. That's the way it's done in Texas, so I guess that's failing it 3 times or 2.5 times. How did I do that? Because I was still struggling. I went on a 2-month abstinence mission where I did not use cocaine. I did not drink. I went cold turkey. My motivation was not recovery. It was not. My motivation was not to fail the bar exam again. And you know how I celebrated finally passing? I went out on a cocaine bender. And those 2 months cold turkey were tough as I actually went to my bar review classes and studied, because I was psychologically dependent. I was missing my cocaine buddies. I had become physically dependent to an extent. And after I passed, I would lose my law career eventually. I would go to a psychiatric hospital twice. I would go to jail. I would have 3 failed marriages, all related to drugs and alcohol. So it wasn't any great recovery moment when I went cold turkey and was able to string together 2 months of sobriety. When I finally did move forward into long-term recovery in April of 2007, I looked back and I looked at those failures, and as I do now, and what did I learn at that time? Even if I didn't realize it, I learned resilience, because I was able to take the resilience of 2 months cold turkey and apply it moving forward and now into 14 plus years of long-term recovery. So looking back, there may have been little moments of resilience in all of my quote-unquote failures, my many relapses along the way. And so as you move forward in recovery or whatever you're doing, maybe you failed the bar exam, maybe you're struggling with alcohol or drugs, look back at those moments. It doesn't mean you have to wallow in them, although that's a normal human emotion. Look back at those moments. What can you learn? What can you take from the motivation that allowed you to stay abstinent? If that's your path, there are many different pathways. Mine is abstinence. Allowed you to stay abstinent for a day, a week, a month. What motivates you? Find that feeling again. Apply it. That is resilience. That is learned resilience. We all have the ability. We don't all have. Resilience occurs in different levels. It ebbs and flows. A person can be more resilient on one day than the other. But find what allowed you to grab onto that in that moment and apply it today.